and we're going to talk about the art of inviting. And so, Carol, you may not know me. This is Bionic Bob. AgeLock is how I brand in my B&I chapter, a business networking organization. And I pitch it as anti-aging. I have the supplement seat in that chapter, but I also promote the Lumi Spa and other facial devices. This is my why, my wife, my kids, to spend time with them, to make extra income to support her spending habits. She was brought up with not a silver, but a golden spoon in her life in a wealthy Philippine family. She's lovely, brilliant, well-educated, but has expensive taste. So I had to keep working at Nu Skin forever. So let's get to... Let's go through this. So there's only a couple of us on. So, I might want to ask you, at some point I'll ask you for, hey, what have you noticed in these things? So there are three components in real estate. We know location, location, location. That's the key. In network marketing, it's invite, invite, invite. And then it's follow up, follow up, follow up. And that's true of all sales or recruiting, whatever it is. If you're recruiting people for national service, you're required to do this. But in the U.S., if you're recruiting someone to serve or recruiting to someone in your company, you have to invite them, and then you follow up because they forget. And this is really true. There's really nothing different, but people struggle with this. And so let's talk about it. So for years we did face-to-face or offline, and now we have online Facebook, and they're very similar. They're minor tweaks of differences, and we'll talk about those. So if you're going to go direct, I always coach people in the 6 C's of inviting. So you should be going through your name list, and the minimum is the 3 threes in the System 7 of OTG. You should be inviting 3 people a day. I don't do that, so the business has gone slower for me. I do it in fits and starts where I'll invite a lot of people, depending on where I'm traveling to, or events and so forth. But consistency is the key to everything. And the 6 C's are to clear the time. So, and compliment someone, and I'll give us an example, create the curiosity, and control yourself. Don't even give the movie trailer, and definitely just say, we'll see the movie when you come to the presentation. And then the 5th C is a choice of times or media. If you're talking to people, maybe they want to just see a recording, or they want a Zoom call, or they really would benefit from a person to person. And then a commitment. So I'll go through it. So I'll role play this with Mary. So Mary, ring, ring. Mary, pick up. Mary, go ahead.
Bob.
Hey, Mary. So look, I'm just running out the door. I just have a quick minute. Do you have a minute right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So look, I've always admired that, you've been doing some businesses, home base and other. And I've always admired this kind of an entrepreneurial spirit. I'm kind of curious. I almost didn't call you about this, but if there were a business that's starting to really explode around the major trends that are in place right now, would you at least take a good hard look at it?
Okay.
So maybe ask me a question. What is it?
What is it?
Well, look, I couldn't really do it justice. And I don't have a lot of time. There's a couple of ways we can look at that. I can, show you a short recording. There's a Zoom meeting about it tomorrow night, and or there's the headquarters. There's something at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. If you wanted to come to that, which would be better for you, a Zoom call, or could you meet in person and really kind of get a more thorough understanding?
I think it's a Zoom call since we are very far.
Okay, so we'll do a Zoom. So let's see what time would work for you for that. What's better for you, morning or afternoon tomorrow?
How about morning?
Okay, morning, like late morning, 11:30, or earlier, 9 o'clock?
It's around 11:30.
Okay, great. So 11:30 it is. Listen, we'll call each other at 11:30, and I'll send you the recording, or sorry, we'll have the Zoom call at 11:30. And look, if there's any reason you'd have to reschedule, you'll text me, right?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So what I did there was go through the 6 C's. So first I rang her, and people don't do this. And I'll get in the next slide. We'll say, look, this is very old school, but there are elements of this that is still in the online or doing this via text messaging. You don't have to clear the time with text messaging, but when you do, when you're phoning someone, and then when in a text message, do compliment them. I mean, you've got people on your name list. This is the chance to tell Mary Lee why I admire her, why I like her. And even if the conversation goes nowhere into our business, what a blessing to be able to tell a friend what we like about them. You know, we all die suddenly and too soon, and we always wish when people that happens, they say, I wish I had told Mary how much I love her or how much, I feel this way about her. So it's your chance as you go through your friends and to tell them this. Then I created curiosity, and I use this as way back when a guy named Hilton Johnson had MLM University as a third-party training, and he calls it the easy exit. And that you create curiosity by leaning back, and this is really important in the posture. I'll come back to this. So, Mary, this is probably not for you. Mary, I almost didn't call you. Mary, I'm not really sure this is right for you at all. Now, when I say that, what sort of feeling does that create in you, Mary?
I feel like you are not sure for this.
I'm not sure for you. I'm probably sure of the business. Look, I think this is fabulous, but I'm not sure it's for you. Maybe I should state it that way. I take it, it's already the takeaway. I'm taking it away. And when you take something away from someone, how do we react? I'm taking it away. Oh, it's really attractive, but I'm pulling it away from you. You reach out for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is to kind of trick someone and say, there's something really interesting, but I'm not sure it's for you. Oh, well, maybe it is for me. Because we're kind of contrary. If I come on, and this is how people used to invite in network marketing, Mary, this is incredible business and it's all the major trends, and you would be terrific at it. I just know you would like kill it. You gotta come to this Zoom. I mean, I'm leaning forward. I'm not giving you permission to say no. In fact, I'm all over you. How does that make you feel? You lean back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel
it's
like
really important.
you want to con me.
Yeah, right. So don't do that. This is really important, and it should filter through everything you're inviting. And then the basic qualifying question is, look, if I could show you a business that's growing really fast, it's around the major trends, something you could do in the cracks of a busy life without quitting what you're doing now, that gives you more time for the things that are important, like your family, would you at least take a good hard look at it? So that was a long version of it. But when you know what you think is the hook for that person, and usually for women with kids, it's more time with their kids. If I could show you a business that you could make ends meet in each month and give you more time in the end for your family, would you at least take a good hard look at it? And you're not asking them to commit either. You're not saying, would you do it? No. I mean, no one's gonna decide in the invitation. All right. And then control yourself. So Mary says, tell me about it. And I refuse, because then you get into the objections right away. Is this network marketing? And you'll get those right away. But you want to control yourself. And then a choice of times, which is better, 5 o'clock, tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow morning, and you narrow it down. And it's always got to be binary. Research shows that if we give people a choice of two things, that works. Three things, our brain freezes and seizes up and we can't make a decision. So always a choice of two things. And then it's a commitment. So we decided we would call each other at 11:30 to say tomorrow. And the way I do that, this is from Eric Warre, Go Pro, is not I'll call you, that's leaning forward, not you'll call me, because look, I am in the sales role here. I don't expect you to call me. No, we'll call each other. All right. And then do I call you at 5 o'clock or 11 o'clock if that's the time? No, I wait till 11:01 because I think that I want to see if you're really interested. Have you seen the video if I've sent you a video? And at 5:02, I do call you. And usually it goes to voicemail. Never leave a voicemail. And you just you exit right away when it goes to voicemail and use text, are we okay? Capital R, we capital O, capital K, because what's happening is that person's not showing up for a scheduled meeting, and you want to confirm that there was a meeting time. After 10 or 15 minutes, call one more time, and that's it. No voicemails. It sounds desperate. And say, are you okay? Capital R, capital U, okay. What that does is it kind of puts them off the hook. They haven't betrayed you about this meeting time. Their cat is throwing up. Their husband has said something nasty or served them divorce papers. Their mother is in hospital. Their battery is dead. And that typically that's the things that happen. Shite happens. They're not really shutting you down. They're just something has happened. So are you okay? And don't do anything else till the next morning. Call again, maybe 12 hours later, and say, when the same thing happens, just repeat it and go, are you okay? And then maybe say, are we okay? Because maybe they've seen a video or they've talked to a friend and they've decided it's network marketing and they hate it and they don't know anything about it, but they hate it. Is that all clear?
Yes.
All right. This is, I'm kind of can barely see this. What's the title on this? I can't see it. I just put this together. What's the title on this slide? It's obscured by my screen here. Oh, I got it. I moved the screen down. So in indirect or referral or headhunter ask, it's very similar. And this is more like, hey, Mary, you'd go through the same thing. I've always admired, do you have a quick minute? I've always admired you for this. Look, there's this incredible opportunity. I'm pretty sure it's not for you. In fact, I'm taking it away from you. I don't say that. I'm pretty sure it's not for you, but who do you know? Or please help me. I'm growing this business. I'm really excited about it. Please help me. Who do you know who is open to another business, and the right kind of business opportunity, maybe in health and wellness, is coachable, fun to work with, maybe good with online and social media, and looking for something that they can build money in the cracks of a busy life. Do you know anyone like that? And you can do this you do this in texting, you can do this. And in the social media system they're teaching, which is the Facebook marketing with a referral layered onto it. Basically, you don't ask your friends to buy your products or join your business. You say, look, I'm doing Nu Skin, or I'm selling this whitening toothpaste. I know it's not for you, but please help me. I'm trying to make money so I can pay for dance lessons for Angeline and Elizabeth. And would you just post on this whitening toothpaste and tag me, and I'll handle all the orders. This is how the business is growing really fast right now in the US with millennial moms. It's called social media shoutouts. If you're interested, the downside is you spend even more time on your phone, but the upside is you're not spending time driving Uber or doing whatever else to make ends meet. And for women, basically the demographic is age 28 to 48 in the US, often blonde for whatever reason, and 2 kids, and often divorced, and usually in a bad way. Men tend to leave their wives after the kids come and the sex stops. And this is just in every culture, it's a real problem. And these women are financially troubled, and all they want to do is spend more time with their kids and provide for them. And then this business works. And that's the foundation of the social media shout outs. And if you want some more information, we can give it to you. So the medium is the message, so before we used phone, and you'll fall back on phone, but really a lot of people now, for the Facebook, if they see someone on Facebook and they start to, oh, I really like your page, and they start to get a relationship, they then move it on to Messenger, and they would ask them that, hey, at some point, they would approach them to, I've really, enjoyed getting to know you. Would you please help me? So texting, WhatsApp, Messenger, and voice clips seem to be what's really working. When you finally want to get to this, is the voice has more impact than a text message, and it's quicker to do. You just say, hey Mary, I'm recording this from my car. That's the other thing, because you can't do a voice clip when you're driving, right? So You can do this while in traffic without getting into an accident, or it is a distraction. You probably shouldn't be doing it when you're in traffic, but you know what I mean. When you're texting, your eyes are not on the road, at least with a voice clip, your eyes are on the road and you're saying, hey, Mary, look, I just want to record something. I'm really excited about a business. I know it's not for you, but can you think about who who and do that? Don't email. I mean, we used to do this by email. Nobody reads email anymore. The hit rate of email is 0.03%. And the posture is key. Lean back, don't be needy. It should really be a job interview. You're qualifying them. Remember, this is your board of directors. There's only 6 seats at the table, and you're qualifying them like a job interview. So, why would they be interested once you get them, to say, yeah, I'm open to a business opportunity. Well, why? I thought, you were a successful dentist, or, a successful marketer and making a lot of money. And, and they go, well, I'm not, I'd like to spend more time with our kids, and kind of get at their pain point with it, and think about, how we could help them. Do they have any sales experience? Do they have any sales management experience? It's not necessary, and sometimes it can be a negative. Do they have any business with MLMs? If you do this, if you say, look, if you have any business with network marketing and it's early and you're just inviting them, then that brings up the whole MLM objection. So I don't necessarily recommend asking them. But if it comes up and they said, yeah, I worked for Nerium, I had some time with Amway. Oh, what was that like? And find out why they didn't like it. And then, do they need this, or they're just kind of dabbling? I have people who are prospects and they're just kind of curious about what I do. They're attracted to me on Facebook or personally, and they're just kind of want to be in my orbit. And, and then, looking, maybe they're kind of looking for something to do, but they're not really very serious. And are they coachable? Can they be humble? Because a lot of things are new when you do this, and there's a lot of self-development that needs to be done. And then the objections, we know, there are sometimes the objections come up in the invite. And the number one way to handle objections is just to ask questions. Don't try and argue circles around them logically. It doesn't work. Statements never work. They just create opposition and resistance. So, just say, wow. So you think there's a sales opportunity? Yes. Well, and you don't like sales? Yes. Well, tell me about that. What's been your experience? With Girl Scout cookies, and you didn't sell a one and your mom had to buy them all. Wow. That happens to a lot of us. And, find out what the objection is. Just tell me about it. And then we use something called a feel, felt, found after they've talked about it. So, you feel like you don't like sales. I felt the same way, but what I found was I used these products. It made changes in me, and I felt, enough confidence and belief that I did want to share it with my friends, and it doesn't feel like sales at that point. And when someone's having an objection, at some point you might want to, in the invite, just do the takeaway. Look, I'm only, have room for people who are really interested. It sounds like this is not something of interest to you at this time. So, could I circle back to you, keep you posted on our progress, and, and tell you how we're doing in 3 months or 6 months. And when you set the time, put it in your calendar. If it's 6 months, 6 months to the day, contact them again, which shows you're not only of your word, but you're just amazingly diligent, if not persistent. You're not persistent because you're not going to keep hounding them for 6 months. You're going to wait 6 months as you promised, and show that you're of your word, and a business partner can be trusted, and call them on that day. And the other thing is, if they're kind of like shrinking away, say, look, it doesn't seem to be for you, or, if you can't really make time for even, 5 minutes for this video, look, it's just, I'll come back to you in 6 months, but is there anyone else who's looking for something? All right. So that's kind of it. That is my take on inviting. And I don't always do all of it, but those are the major things. Any questions or observations? All right. Sorry to pick on you, Mary. Just
Okay.
known you a long time.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.